And because let me just
my support.
It is known by people who know them.
Yes, they are friends.
That they are
work for
good
them.
friends.
Okay.
That is number one.
Yes.
There is nothing wrong with that. Number two, every one of us will want to have a friend who stand and stay loyal.
True.
Okay, that does not mean in any way, as far as I am concerned, that Honorable Afenyo Markin has a problem with Dr. Bawumia.
No, not at all.
I know Afenyo. He's a fine politician, a fine gentleman, and a loyal friend. I don't see any problem in he standing, campaigning for his friend and making his friend win that much. But you saw the meeting that they had at Dr. Bawumia's place.
Yes.
Apparently he missed the information, so he left, rushed there, and I have no doubt that Afenyo today has put that behind him and is going to rally around Dr. Bawumia and work with him. We shouldn't make fetish of it and make some strangeness out of it and let it look like because he won so much in that place, there's some problem with Afenyo. There's nothing. I see no problem with it. In fact, I think that is why I think this strategy that Npp adopted was very, very good. They have had 30 years of practicing something and it consistently was bad until it totally broke up the party in Nana Akufo-Addo's time. And they shifted, the strategy. And the strategy is usually resolved. So you have a situation where somebody like Afenyo, who clearly is very close to Ken, if they hadn't done it this way,
True.
he would have maintained this closeness all the way till the very last year. And then you see that the healing process will be, difficult because you have too short a time to make that happen. So why I want to come in here is that don't press Musa about that one.
Okay.
He won emphatically in an area that is, look, Afenyo is in control of Efutu.
Yeah,
They call him Osai.
I needed we to speak about this just because of that narrative that sort of was gaining some kind of currency after Saturday. And this is what happened. It's not so much about me speaking about it today. It had to be addressed in a certain way because it had gained some currency and got into the realms of whether or not he should be changed as minority leader. We had all of that.
Punish him. Okay. Again, you see, MPP is adopting a different strategy from the past 30 years.
Right.
Okay, and I'm saying this because you see, I don't know what they do in Parliament and how they are going to deal with it. But clearly, you have a situation where Dr. Bawumia is moving into a very tough tussle.
Yeah.
The primaries were a hill. The general election is going to be a mountain, and it's going to climb carrying baggage.
Right.
So they have to deal with the strategy that will make them get there. In the US, for instance, after they elect the president decides everything in terms of the party. Today, as we speak, Donald Trump's children and daughter-in-law and whatever, they are running the Republican Party.
True.
Their strategy is that the whole system must be rallied against one person, focused on one issue, gunning towards one goal. All right? Now, I'm saying all these things because these rumors about whether they will change Afenyo Markin or whatever it is, I say here, and everybody knows where I stand when it comes to Dr. Bawumia. Okay, but when it comes to MPP strategy, I don't know whether they want to change Afenyo Markin or not, but I have every confidence in Afenyo Markin. He's a smart, sharp politician, and he clearly has great things that he's doing there in the mighty minority. But if for any reason the strategy dictates or it comes to bear, according to their calculations, that they need to rearrange things, whoever they are going to bring, I don't know whether it's Kojo or whoever, they have quite a bench of people. So what everybody must appreciate is that MPP is prosecuting a different strategy from what they have done in the past. And clearly, parliamentary fortunes have some sort of effect on the presidential fortunes.
Right.
They are moving into a tough tussle. Okay, and they need to get their strategy right.
Mr. Bentil, last week you had indicated it's not only the researchers or the other pollsters that failed, but the prophecies as well. You said something last week about God not being interested in what happens in election outcomes.
In a fair contest, take a football match. There are Christians on both sides. In a political contest like this, there are Christians. Everybody's praying. Why should God take a side? Okay, God has made the universe and set things in motion. Okay, and if you do the right thing, you will know, or you will reap what you sow.
True.
This whole idea, and I say this because it's important, and some of these false prophets, and I emphasize false, suggest that they can do some things and make a certain outcome happen.
True.
It's a lie from the pit of hell. And people should discard them. And when you hear those people, just rubbish them because they are noise in our ears. Okay, so I mean, I've said consistently, if we didn't have posters, look, if Dr. Evans Dia was the only person doing this, and he ended up failing this abysmally, and he wrote all this plenty English, we'll say yes, maybe something has happened. Thank God Musa Dankwa exists. All right, and like I said, we did some polls in the past, and we happen to have found the truth. Some of it will not be palatable to you, but if you are, you have fidelity to the science, you put your emotions aside, and then you let the science speak. Going forward, that is what we have to do. If somebody can do it and do it right, then anybody who didn't do it right should not blame anything else. You simply didn't get it right. And as for this thing about the prophets and all those things, look, we are kind of, I won't even say religious society. Okay, we are superstitious. We tend to believe that there are some other forces beyond what our efforts can give us, and we want to resort to them. We all go to church, but we tend to overdo it, and that's what gives some of these people some of these spaces to infiltrate and really basically disturb us. All right, I mean, if you see the number of prophecies, and now people are talking about death and all kinds of things. I have seen some, they are totally despicable, and I'm staying on this thing because look, IGP Dampare stamped this thing down. My brother, if somebody comes to tell you that I'm a prophet and I've prophesied 3 times and it comes to pass, and I think you are going to die tomorrow, whoever you are, even if you don't believe in God, it will have an effect on you. It will change something about you. It's a disturbance. And any nation that allows too many of these noisemakers to keep going around and disturbing us is not going to prosper. And look at the level to which it's gotten to. And I'm telling you, it was serious. It was serious. True. Okay, some of the people who prophesied were taken very seriously. So I think it's time, without knocking the religious group and without whatever it is, let's have a certain handle on what we are calling these prophecies, etc. And when it comes to some of this, let us know that God is not partial. God rewards effort. Okay, and even though God has a hand in the affairs of men, one man of God said that God does not choose leaders in Africa.
God does not choose leaders.
He does not choose leaders in Africa.
Oh,
if God were the chooser of leaders in Africa, then he would have done a very poor job. Because African leaders have been in the past 100 years terrible, abysmal. They have been terrible leaders. If God were choosing Idi Amin and all the dictators that we have seen, then he's such a terrible person to be choosing these leaders for us. So we need to clear our minds of these things. All right? If we organize ourselves well, okay, we will see the effects that we need to see. Listen, people who talk about God, Germany, all right, Germany, they took Jews, the people of God, killed at least 6 million of them, all right, turned around, said sorry, proceeded to work hard, do the right things. Today, look at where they are. They are leading Europe. Okay, I can give you many examples of situations which, if we were going to deal with God coming down to do things, you won't see it. Germany, the one who, when we talk about ancestral curses and all the things and God doing this, the people who killed 6 million Jews, okay, they are a developed nation thriving. They are one of the best countries in the whole world.
Yeah.
All right. So look, we need to tamp down on the noise making coming from the religious sector and listen more to people like Musa Dankwa.
Fidelity to the science, less of emotions.
Yes. And there is a science. Do it right. Less emotions.
I see. Now, on that same path, just quickly on this.
Oh yeah, Kofi has a great point to make about this religious thing. Every corner you turn, somebody is a pastor. You're like, but why are we not rather making more farms? Every corner you turn, somebody is a pastor. The person wants to pray for you. I'm like, but pray for yourself first. Better your lot before you seek to pray for others. Unemployed, it looks like it's an escape route out of unemployment for a lot of them.
Really?
And a lot of them are
pastoral ministry.
Yes,
an escape route to unemployment.
Yes, the mushroom churches. It provides.
But you were not there when God called them.
But your body is the temple of God.
Yeah.
You are the temple of God. Musa Dankwa is temple. I'm temple of God. Your body is the temple of God. How many more do we need? Right? We've had the Orthodox churches, they helped in molding us all this while. They have the numbers, but I could feel say there is that thing. You see, I think unemployment is a huge push factor for this pastors. So it pushes a lot of people into their arms because people are desperate. People are, they need a message of hope a message, you know, to keep them alive. So once you start preaching that you will find a job tomorrow, you will have a baby next year by this time, etc., then it draws people, right? So I think it's the social situation. Right. It's the social situation. So you look at it, you look at even theories of social change. This is one of the factors that's pushing the churches up. So I believe that the government should take a firm stand on it. In Rwanda, for instance, they say you can't be a pastor without a proper degree in theology. Yeah, and they've clamped down a lot on them. Because, to be honest, a lot of them, you just see that this is just preying on human beings. It's not proper pastoral work, etc. No. It's just so many of them, they are in the Orthodox churches, and then they break away to go and create churches. Then after 30 years, then they themselves, they are collapsing. That's why when we were young, people, they used to tell us, you hear parents saying, I'm not attending a church I'm older than. You hear parents say, I'm not attending a church. You see, and as you grow, then you see that there's wisdom in it. True. Some started, they were bastardizing the Catholic Church. Today, they are in cassocks like bishops. Then you are like, but 30 years ago, you said the Catholic cassock and this were not biblical. Today, they are wearing more cassocks than even the Catholics. They are more bishops than even the Pope, etc. Right? So this religious thing, Charlie, it's a real constraining factor in the way we develop. Look, you even wake up at dawn when we should be discussing proper ideas to develop. People are praying and praying and praying and praying and not doing commensurate work.
You're not taking out the real importance of prayer as well. I don't think that's
No. Oh, no, I'm a prayerful person, but what I'm saying is that there's a disconnect. It's disproportionate. Yes. Look, Sunday, immediately after this, from 9 a.m. to 12, you tune in a lot of the radios. It's all prayers. After 12, it's all. I'm like, but this, you don't use much of the energy to come and force to make the governance system better. Somebody said something profound. That look, if we had just simply stopped stealing in Ghana, there will be a lot to go around. The resources will go around a lot. Simple. We have a problem. We are basically people in charge are stealing. That is the problem. You don't want to come onto the street to help fix that problem. You are praying. How is God going to come down? Then God will come down when you fill the streets to complain that, look, you are stealing no matter what. We can't say that we must catch you red-handed before, but we can see that like 52.5 billion vanished from GCB account. Since December 2020, the Auditor General said, Ekwiyama Esiedu said he will come out with a report. This is a Sophia. He has not done it, and he's drawing a salary. And then instead of you to come out and demonstrate against Johnson Ekwiyama Esiedu, you are busy praying. What kind of logic is that? How is God going to come down and do anything about that? So the problem is that we are stealing. We are just stealing. Okay. So if you want to fix unemployment, etc., let's talk about fixing the stealing that we are stealing both in the private sector and the public sector.
Abusia mama na wase na mama wakwa we air discussion na ekoso ewo TV3 talking point eso lawyer Martin Kpebu o kire na dwen edefa elections no ho professor omochechire omadwen ya almomu no abraste omo sanso na ye papa Kofi Bentil nso wa kire na dwen se Afenyo Markin obi a obetumi aye minority leader ewo parliament no de osre say they shouldn't have any mind say omo ebesesam from minority leader position no sanso na Kofi Bentil so omo akasa no mo akire omo adwen wo a wo hwe say video so adwen chele ene say message say obekọ comment section no wa chele wa bi like video we na share ma no no so onya bi enwe unya unsubscribe ya message say obesubscribe o di kan subscribe so make us yakopon o yishira wo pa yi me da wase ma me va wo nsi ya ye be hia bi me no adinkra bye bye.